This is the Wii version SVR 2008, guys. This is the start screen here. Most Wii games that are like this, where it's like most of the you actually start the game by instead of something like plus or 1, 2 or something like that. Yeah, and honestly, this game wasn't working at the moment. I quickly realized that I actually had the music on by accident. You even saw back there that was the that was the main screen basically, where you have all of your stuff. You only get basically exhibition mode, main event mode, tournament mode, create mode, and then options. There's literally nothing else besides that. And main event mode is okay, so if you're looking for a cool single player experience, you can play main event mode. Other than that, and even the single, and even like the exhibition, like it's lacking in content with the single player stuff. So
it is. I'll chime in here, guys.
A big bienvenue to our fans around the world from Montreal, Quebec. Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
And folks, let me assure you that tonight's show is a lot better than JR's French. Sheesh.
Well, there's no question of that, King. These Montreal fans are ready to get started, and so am I. So what are we waiting for?
So here you're about to see some gameplay, actually. And this is actually shaking the Wii remote.
You got to respect the commitment and the dedication of these superstars to their careers.
No question about it, King. Every superstar on the roster has had to make more sacrifices than any other professional athlete I know.
It really is like being married to your career. There's not much room for anything else.
And marriage is a subject which you have to be something of an authority. Isn't that right, King?
Come on now, JR. A man doesn't know what true happiness is until he's married. And then it's too late. He saw that one coming.
I enjoy my time playing the Wii because I played against the BP in a couple of matches, and
he's got the crowd and his opponent in the palm of his hand.
That can change in an instant, especially if you let your opponent catch his breath.
Couldn't hardly defend, couldn't counter. And these are all things.
I don't think these superstars have any intention of taking it easy on each other tonight.
That's not what they signed up for, King. And quite frankly, I think these fans would be disappointed if they didn't go all out.
Well, that's easy for the fans to say. They've never set foot inside that ring.
You don't need
no, but they spend their hard-earned dollars to watch what goes on inside it. And will count with all the outcomes.
Yeah, here's the favorite move I was telling you about. It's A and B, and then you just shake it down.
That went nowhere.
Like that, but I really wanted to use my finisher, so yeah. And plus, he actually.
Can you believe we actually get paid to do this job, JR?
It's like a dream come true, King. Except when I have to sit here and listen to you. Look at the confidence radiating off this superstar.
All I see is an overconfident superstar who's throwing away the match by not following up.
These are fun games to play.
Yeah, they are. The Wii version, like I said, if you're wanting something cool to play,
look at the masterpiece.
Really,
this guy's like a piece of art or something.
Well, the masterpiece is a piece of something, all right, but I'm not sure art's the word I choose.
Here we go. What a jerk. How about continuing the match?
I don't think he's in any hurry to end this one, King.
It's not.
And I don't think the crowd wants it to end either.
Let me do it.
Oh, man! Did you hear that chair shot, JR?
I'd be surprised if there was a single person in this arena who didn't, King.
We lacks that the other two games have, and that's the implementation of the fighting style.
You can look at any professional sport you want, JR, and you won't find more incredible athletes than the WWE superstars.
You're not wrong, King. They compete every week until they are physically incapable of continuing. There's no off-season in the WWE.
We're not talking about running a ball down a field or slapping a puck into a net. This is serious physical competition.
It sure is. The toughest athletes in the world are on the WWE roster, and that's a fact.
Obviously, it's just not wanting to work.
Can his opponent kick out of this pinning predicament?
He just doesn't want to get a choke slam. That's what it is. And he keeps picking it back up. I'm like, no, stop it. So finally, I'm able to do it, and yeah, you shake it up, and he does the choke slam, and I just pin him for the count. And finally, I'm able to do that. And
Here's your winner.
To shake the Wii as well. The Wii remote to slow down the fill of the meter, of their pin meter. So yeah, that's the Wii version of SVR 2008. There's really nothing else much to do about it, or really nothing much else after that. So. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
You pretty much saw the extent of the game there. The crowd.
Alright, guys, and we're back here with the PS3 version of the game. And what you're seeing here is me kind of scrolling a little bit and then picking, here's all the different match types. Kind of scrolled real quick, but as you can see, a lot more than your Wii version.
Yeah.
A lot more. Just kind of scrolling through to kind of show the different aspects of the match types that you can get here. And just went through all of them here, and now...
Yeah.
Here's the game modes, the 24/7 mode. I should talk a little bit about the 24/7 mode. That is the mode where you have similar to the main event mode on. That's Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame mode is similar to the main event mode on the Wii, but it's also a kind of a thing by itself because you also have the 24/7 mode where you play through the different season of storylines as either an individual superstar. Or, as previously mentioned in the review, you could take on the role of a Raw or SmackDown, or, because it's 2008, the ECW GM.
You can be Paul Heyman?
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, not really, but kind of. No, not at all, actually. I'm lying. You play as Tommy Dreamer.
And here I thought we could be Paul Heyman.
I don't even think that Paul Heyman, except maybe in the newer games, have actually been in many WWE games. And here I'm going to pick Triple H, and I think it's going to
be... The DX attire.
Yeah, because I'd unlocked it. And that's another thing about this game is when you play the 24/7 mode, either version, you can earn cash, in-game cash, of course, that you can then buy hidden superstars, hidden attires, different move sets for your Ka, which is, for you cool kids, that's Create a Wrestler. And we're just going to do a simple exhibition match here and kind of...
Against Ric Flair?
Yeah, going to kind of doing some... don't have many of the arenas selected at this point, so... And of course, I had to do the same thing as that he did with turning the music down so that we didn't get a copyright claim, guys. We fought enough of YouTube on that regard. It's cool how they did the aesthetic here as well with the DX logo there in the entrance.
Are you ready? Yeah, unfortunately.
I just kind of sped through all this pretty quick because I wanted to get and show you guys what a PS3 match looks like.
You can obviously tell this looks a lot better than it does on the Wii.
And even the PS2.
Even on the PS2. Because, like, I was telling you, I was, like, looking at it with Dad, and I was like, you can obviously tell this is the PS3 version because it looks so good in HD and all that.
And we probably didn't mention it too much in the Wii version,
to our
but
fans
in all
around the
three
world,
games,
from Montreal, Quebec.
The crowd looked like
Jim Ross here with Jerry,
cardboard
the King
cutouts.
Well, here they actually look better.
Tonight's show is a lot
Slightly.
better than JR's.
I did.
Better.
Listen,
question
I looked at it. I did
These
talk
Montreal
about
fans
it.
are ready to get started, and so am I. So what are we waiting for?
Watch out!
That stood out to me. crowd, man. That crowd. They really need to work on that crowd.
Well,
telegraph
it's
that
a
one.
slight improvement over the N64 wrestling games where
He's
they
taking
were
every advantage in
literally
this matchup,
cardboard
and it
cutouts.
looks like he plans on taking a few more.
If he's climbing up the turnbuckle isn't bad.
Like,
It's all the
Ric
ways you
Flair
could
gave
come
me a little
down
bit
that
of a hard
hurt.
time
Turn
here,
the
guys.
tables around.
HBK comes out of nowhere.
And if you can see on the screen here, if you look closely to the left and right of the life bars, you see little emblems, and that's your fighting style.
Boy, the Nature
And you
Boy
build
doesn't let
up to
anything
that,
stand in his
or
way,
you can
including
use
the
finish.
rules.
Did you put
Well,
Joe
when you get
DQ
into the
on?
ring against a man who calls
I
himself
can't remember.
the dirtiest player
It
in the
looked like
game,
because like Shawn
you
Michaels
should know
straight
what
up
you're
just,
getting
like,
into.
punched Ric Flair. It looked like you had no DQ on. Like Shawn Michaels just comes out of nowhere and starts beating on Ric Flair, this old man.
I tell you,
Yeah.
Ken, sometimes I
Yeah,
get
well,
exhausted just watching these
storyline,
superstars compete.
I know what you
Ric
mean,
Flair
JR.
and Triple
I
H
don't think
had
most people
such
appreciate
a
what incredible
history
athletes
together.
these
I thought,
WWE superstars
why
really
not?
are.
But
You've got
also,
to have some
I was
excellent
just picking at
conditioning
random.
to be able to do what they do.
Well, that's the name of the game, JR.
Here you kind of
gotta
go
keep
through
moving.
some of the
No
reversals.
dog ever peed on a
and as
moving
you can
car.
see, it's
Oh,
much
that's a lovely
easier to
image,
counter
King.
and do all these other different
I'd ask you
things
where you
here.
come up with this stuff, but I don't think I want to know, quite frankly.
It's like you just got smacked in the face and then dove for no reason and then speared him and punched him.
Yeah, the Luthez press, right?
Well,
What an
I guess
incredible
it's the spear punch
performance by these
combo.
phenomenal superstars.
Did you
Toss
expect
him
anything less,
outside,
JR?
'cause why
I mean, look
not?
who's in the ring right now.
See,
No,
count
I
outs
didn't,
are
King.
on. So.
Yeah, but
High
you had no
expectations,
DQ on.
And I'm happy to say that this
like,
match has
look, Shawn
exceeded
Michaels
them all.
legit-
I could have taken the count out win here and just let Shawn beat up Ric Flair,
Two.
but nah, can't do that.
Three.
But wasn't Triple H at
So, how do you think this one's going to turn
Yeah.
out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolutely no idea. Anything can happen here in the WWE.
It can be
you've got to have
a
a
bit
guess, right?
frustrating
I
at
might, but I'd
times.
rather
though I
keep
will
it to
say
myself
this, that
if it's all the same
sometimes
to
it's
you,
a bit
King.
frustrating when you've been beaten on your opponent, but as you guys can clearly see that I have, and yet they're still able to easily counter your moves. I don't know if it's like that on the Wii, but
Some of the things we...
you just kind of
here
taunt
we
his
go.
face a little
What a
bit.
jerk.
you
about
start
continuing the
doing
I
suck
don't
it.
think he's in any hurry.
Here comes the diving elbow off
And
the
I don't
top
think the
rope.
crowd wants it to
Bam!
end either.
They sure are, JR.
Now
Love to hear
we're
it.
about to finish things off here. Neck breaker.
Perfect.
And it's finish time.
The pedigree. Oh, he countered it.
Yeah.
These superstars are going to put each other through
Lame
wrestling
out.
hell tonight.
They've already got a pretty good start on that, JR.
They have indeed, King.
I
I don't
we're
think
about to
there's an
finish this
ounce
up,
of
guys.
quit between them.
Yeah, that's where things get dangerous. If you're too proud...
Oh, come on,
Sometimes, I don't know, I might not have even hit a
a little less
finish here.
posture.
It's called adding insult to injury, JR. And I think it's great.
Like you look, he's holding his ribs, and yet he was able to counter that perfectly.
Yeah, it's like, how?
How?
How is that even possible?
I guess it's what
Climb
some
to the
people
top.
like.
I think we're...
One more
he's going
elbow
up.
drop for
But what's he
good
going to do when he
measure.
gets there?
Oh,
And now, we're finally going to finish Ric Flair off. Yep, here's the
yeah!
It
Pedigree.
appears he's looking to put his opponent away here.
Oh, man, the pedigree's the way to do it, that's for sure.
Oh, no.
And yeah, guys, that was it
Busted
for
him
the
open,
PS3.
and the blood is
we'll see
flowing
you.
freely.
He's a
PS2.
3 count away from a pinfall.
Alright guys, and so we're back here for the PS2 version of the game, and first and foremost, Rey Mysterio looked like
Look,
he
there it is.
Oh my gosh. He looked like he had seen things.
He looked like he's seen a lot of things that he did not want to see. More
And-
specifically, probably something to do with Vince McMahon.
So, scrolling through once again, guys, you can see that pretty much the exact same match types are on the PS2 that are on the PS3. It's not really exclusive. Obviously, you can see that the lighting and the coloring of this game is not quite as good as the PS3. But if you were in a pinch and this was the only thing that you could play because you only had a PS2, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, and here you got the tournament modes, which that's something that all 3 versions do have is a tournament mode, and even like the tournament screen you saw there is the same in the Wii version. So the one thing that they actually kept was the tournament mode for some reason.
Right,
for all
and
3 versions.
I don't know if you guys saw there, but as I talked about, this one also has the shop feature on here because you can buy different ones. And one of the drawbacks about the PS2 though is there's no autosave system, so you will have to manually save.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we've seen here, this is how you would have to save it back in the day.
Yeah. A little flashback for you old timers out here, seeing that memory card slot message pop up.
Yeah. Rey Mysterio's face, man, he looked like he's seen some stuff.
And once again, just gonna basically do a standard wrestling match for you guys, pretty much here.
Yeah, who are you going to be playing as this time? Oh, the big red monster Kane, just like how I did in my match.
Yep, and he will be taking on Snitsky. They were in a long-running WWE storyline together, guys. I don't know if many of you remember this, but maybe you do. The Lita fake pregnancy, I'll just stop right there with Lita fake pregnancy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Mick Foley.
Let's just say that this was a storyline in which
during
Kane may or may not have done something to Lita that he shouldn't have.
Was this during Ruthless Aggression?
Yes, and then he was eventually portrayed as a babyface like 2 weeks later after doing said thing.
Huh.
It's wrestling. Figure that one out.
It's Vince McMahon. So
Enough said.
A lot of sense.
Enough said.
Makes a lot of sense, actually, knowing that was Vince McMahon that probably came up with that. Sorry, guys, we got to dig at Vince McMahon a little bit.
The loading screens here are pretty much exactly the same in all the games, so that is another thing that the Wii version got right. The Wii version probably actually looks better color-wise, too.
Yeah, compared
to the PS2 does have a bit of a drab color feeling, but that's kind of expected because the Wii is, I think, a little more powerful than the PS2.
Yeah, the Wii came out in 2005, so it's technically as powerful.
A big welcome to our great ECW fans as we come to you live from Miami, Florida.
I really don't.
And so is working with you.
So right away, Snitsky basically beat me up.
Well, you're no picnic either, partner, but I can't wait for the superstars of ECW to put on one hell of a show.
I know that, like, when I was messing around with it, it was kind of like...
That was a textbook reversal.
Sticking a little bit here, so...
And hit a running neck breaker there.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Nothing costs you a match quicker than overpower.
He does so relatively
All I see is a dominant superstar who's rallying this capacity crowd behind him.
The big red monster Kane just do his stuff. Both powerhouse.
Sure was a long, strange trip to get these superstars to
another
square
thing I
off
can
like
also
this.
say, guys, is once again, I think that this game feels darker in the way that it's presented because the colors just don't seem as bright as the other two versions. I mean, you can barely even see the crowd, which I guess is a good thing because
It's too close to fall. It all boils down to who wants it the most and what they're willing to sacrifice to get it.
Little diving elbow drop action for you, and once again, like I said, you can store the finish,
backfire real bad too.
Which becomes a fighting style, and you see them on the icons
even
there.
when I don't exactly agree with what they... What reflexes?
What do they even do?
I bet he plays a lot of video games.
Well, like, for instance, Kane here is a brawler, so when he invokes the fighting style, he'll become impervious to strikes and be able to counter every single strike. It's thrown out for a limited amount of time.
Tough to catch in that ring.
It's a perk boost, basically.
With mayonnaise on his face.
Where you have...
Man, how come we can't get those in the newer games?
Where you have limited powers for an amount of time, yeah.
The scariest thing about Snitsky isn't just his size,
I guess it's because they just don't take the same type of risk.
It's the fact that he just doesn't care about anyone or anything.
Which the PS2 and the PS3's grappling system
again,
is exactly the same.
Here tonight in this
and the way that
and it might be the last thing his opponent ever sees.
It literally means that, like, he's completely impervious to strikes at the moment. Like, he'll just no sell.
Whoever thought we'd be calling this match together? Hey, partner? Oh, fool. Hey, not for nothing. What do I got heat with to be stuck with you?
Oh, no.
Well, and if it looks like that I'm playing kind of terribly here on the PS2, it's because I am. I haven't played this version in very much in the last couple of years.
I was so pumped up about this match, I hardly slept last
Yeah,
night.
no, but like
you sure your own snoring didn't keep waking you up?
Hey,
I don't snore.
Screw it, let's do some SVR.
And we also kind of thought that with the new game and the return of GM mode, something that WWE wrestling game fans have been looking for a long time.
I think it's time to bring out the heavy firepower.
And as you see, yeah, you just use like the analog stick to the escape submissions.
Oh yeah, that's kind of how it is in the Wii version as well, where you take the nunchuck controller and you kind of just like, I don't know how you do that.
One to judge
like that, basically you just, yeah.
This one is off the
It's weird.
I agree, partner. These competitors are really giving it everything they've got tonight. This crowd sounds like they're about to blow the roof off of the building.
Well here
I'm digging it.
We're gonna have to wait and see. He might pull this one out, guys.
Oh, and Kane just throws him like a rag doll.
How lucky are we to have the best seat in the house for this match?
Even though Kane literally
This is what it's all about.
Like
now, one other aspect is if you're
Here's
like
the
a
pin.
dirty wrestler in the game, you can actually argue with the referee.
Really?
And you can let them up out of a pin.
These competitors seem a little tentative in there.
And
here,
they did. I thought it was going to be the finish.
I guess you're
Not
right,
yet.
partner. Every time
See,
you
Kane
go to
has different choke slams, guys.
Man, this crowd is really
comes,
swelling this guy's
head.
The name
on the
fans
finish.
Definitely love this superstar, partner, and for good reason.
Done. And you can tell
I don't like where this is going.
To actually
and
make
neither
that.
does his opponent.
Yeah, that's another cool aspect of the replayability of the finish. But yeah, that was the PS2 version, guys.
I can't think of too many guys.
Yep.
His opponent might not have enough left there to get this one.
Time for the outro.
I think we're hearing the First Amendment.
And we're back for the outro section of the video here, guys, where we're just basically going to tell you guys the reviews that we've kind of come up with. And starting with the Wii,
it's a 4 out of 10.
I say 5 out of 10. So I guess he bumped it up just a minute ago. He was going to go 3, but he says it's 4. I say it's a 5, so 4.5 out of 10. PS3 version, obviously being the best version, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. If you have a PS3, go out, seek this game. It's like $20.
And if you have the PS2, honestly, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10.
Well, he gives it a 7 out of 10. I give it 7.5. So, because, I mean, if you have the PS2 version, you'll get a lot of hours of content. You just kind of have to put up with the fact that if you're playing on a modern television or a modern computer screen like we were, like I bet if you play the PS2 version on a CR TV, then it's probably going to look a lot better because it would have been designed for that.
Yeah, because we actually use an HDMI adapter for...
We do, especially for right here on the computer, but all 3 versions, I think... They're all very affordable. I just wouldn't bother with the Wii. There's better SVR games.
If anything,
on the Wii.
If anything, just get 2009, guys. If you want that motion control capability, get 2009. Don't get 2008. Just get 2009.
So with that being said, guys, that was our review of SVR 08. We finally come out with a new game review. I know, shocker, because we don't do this very often on this channel. But we do have some other developments in the process. I think the VP will be bringing you guys some Prince of Persia action in the near future.
Yeah, I got a couple Prince of Persia games that I can do.
So we got that on the horizon. I'm still in the process of getting you guys Spartan, so that's still coming for you guys as well. We've also got some new open world games that we're going to be tackling. It's just going to be a long process, and when they drop, they drop. What can we say?
Yeah. So, with that being said,
there's only one thing left to say, and that, of course, is
peace and love from Denny and Son. Bye.